Join us and our crew on our adventures as we explore the amazing world around us. Welcome to our boat and home sea venture. We hope your time with us is both entertaining and inspiring.
In our last episode, we left Everett for the last time for the foreseeable future. We don't know when or if we'll ever be back. Had a night over in Port Townsend to visit friends and prep for our passage. Stopped in Port Angeles to fill up the fuel tanks so we'd have no problem there, and then went on to Nia Bay where we spent a great night. The weather was just fantastic. We were set to go. Then it was time to do it. Make the big left turn at Nia Bay and head south toward California. Our first day at sea was just fantastic. The weather and water couldn't have been better. We enjoyed our first sunset as we cruised south on the open Pacific and started our first night at sea. What a great start to the trip.
Off the coast of Oregon on the second morning. And we get these guys. What a fun surprise. We are off the Oregon coast. We're about 24 hours into our run, just over. We are near Cannon Beach, or at least we're off the coast from Cannon Beach. And the seas have been pretty sweet. They've really settled out overnight, and it looks good. In the last little over 24 hours, we've done 169 miles, and our average speed's been about 6.9 knots. Caravans are in the water doing their job, and in the distance right there you can see St. Clair. She's our buddy boat for this journey, and she is tagging along with us. It's about 3:30 p.m. on Friday the 3rd. We are about 40 miles offshore of Haystack Rock in Oregon and making our way southbound, albeit somewhat slowly. We are fighting a little bit of an adverse current, so we are traveling along about between 6 and 6.5 knots or so. But the water couldn't be calmer. It's beautiful out here and warm. The sun came out, the clouds dissipated. It's nice. Barclay's hanging out in the pilot house. Jim's asleep. And Blake is hanging out in the cockpit. Hi, buddy. Hi. Yeah.
All right, day 2.
Yep, 6:30 p.m. Beautiful sunny day, and we're sitting down to dinner tonight.
Together.
We'll see how.
Tonight's meat lasagna and salad.
Yep. And we'll see how tonight goes. Last night was pretty long, so.
Yeah, it's dark for a long time.
It was.
Yeah, I don't think it's summer. Thursday evening, day 2 of our passage from Washington to San Francisco. Just experiencing great conditions out here. Don't think you could ask for better. Still definitely need the paravanes. Doing their job. As we nicely move along. You can see the seas we have. Maybe 2-foot seas is all. I think we're right at 500 miles to go. See, it's calm enough out here. I think we can show the bulbous bow in action, maybe. Just don't drop the camera.
Good evening. It is about 11 p.m. on our second night of our passage, and just on watch right now. I have my 2 kittens keeping me company. We have about 460 miles left to go to our destination. We are sitting about 40 miles offshore, just south of Newport, Oregon. The water is beautifully calm, so it's been pretty comfortable. Yeah, it's been really comfortable. So that part's been really nice. Very little wind. Just got the 2 radars on, the 2-mile radar and the 6-mile, along with AIS targets. So I've had to do a little bit of working around some radar targets, but it hasn't been too bad. And we have the FLIR to keep an eye on what's in front of us directly. So all in all, it's going pretty comfortably. The boat's performing well, and yeah, is that so? And yeah, I don't think too much more to say. We've got about 2.5 days left, so hopefully we'll keep some good speed. We had some good speed tonight. We were in the mid to upper 7s for a while, 7 knots. Now we're about 7.2. We spent much of the day around 6 and 6.2, and so that was a little frustrating. But it's nice to have picked up a little bit, and we'll see if this, well, hello. We'll see if this holds. So say hi to everyone. There you go. Oh, say hi. Yeah, my little helper. His brother is sitting in the chair. He likes to just sit in my lap when we're cruising at night. During the day, he's great sitting in the back and sitting some other places, but at night, he likes to sit in the helm chair with us. So. But cats are handling it really well. They're up and about, they're eating, they're doing normal cat things, so they might be laying down a little bit more than normal, but all in all, it's good. Good morning. It is 8 a.m. looking west. We are about 40 miles off of the Oregon coast at Coos Bay, heading southbound. And the fog has lifted a little bit, so now we can see a little bit in front of us. We have about 400 miles to go, and it is our 3rd morning as we start our day. The water's been absolutely amazing. So far, so good. All right, we are throttling back. We noticed as we were cruising along that we have a big chunk of bull kelp on our chain, our paravane chain. So we are throttling back so we can pull that in and get that kelp off of there. And then we'll throttle up again. But talk about beautiful water to do it in. I'm outside. And St. Clair, our buddy boat, is going to come on up and say hello.
No, as long as you're stocked. If you're not stocked, you can't budget. This is so nice out here.
Can you tell Rich to wave?
Oh.
Or
Wave.
Phil. Thank you. Hey guys, guess where we are? We are on the flybridge.
Woo!
Cruising from the flybridge.
Which
Yes.
we never did in over a year in Alaska.
Yeah,
But here we
yeah.
are out in the ocean,
It's
40 miles off the
gorgeous
Oregon
out here.
coast, and it's gorgeous.
Yeah, so let's check it out. This is our view of the Oregon coast off of Point Forford, something like that. And take a look at this water. It is gorgeous out here. Off past the paravanes in the distance is our buddy boat, St. Clair. Oh, they're kind of mixed in with the paravanes, but they're over there. Oops, let me get your head, Jim. Ah. Okay, we're moving around. We're high up here. We're definitely still rolling. Paravanes work, but despite the fact that they're calm seas, they're still...
They're not flat, but
They're not flat.
only
seas.
rolling now 4 or 5 degrees.
Yeah, it's all good.
I mean, what are we, 20 feet off the ground, off the water.
Here, let's look down. Way down there, you can see our fish in the water. The water is remarkably clear.
Yeah.
Well, the seas are holding calm, but the fog has rolled in again. We are just outside of Crescent City, that is up here, and we're going to start hugging the coast because that appears to be the smoothest forecast. And it is dinner night number 3.
3, I think. 323 more miles to go. One day, 21 hours. One day, 20 hours. Something like that
There
to
it
go.
is. somewhere here. 323
Yeah.
miles left. Yep. So we hope to be there still on Monday.
Monday sometime, probably evening.
Yeah. And dinner, keeping it simple.
Pizza tonight.
Yep. All right. Back to watching the radar and watching the fog.
Good evening, everybody. Hey, it's about 10:30 p.m. on night 3. I thought I'd share a couple of observations with you here in the dark. One is, and I think you'll hear lots of people that do these passages, multi-day passages, tell you this. Every day that goes by gets better and better. You know, the first 24 hours is when you're tired and the boat's moving around a lot and your sleep clock is all screwed up. But, you know, by the time you get to about day 3, doing great. Feel good, lots of energy. Think things going well. But let's take a look around and I'll kind of show you the setup for the moment and how we got it all going here. Well, first and foremost, there's the view out the window. Absolutely nothing. So depth sounder is nothing. We're like in 5,000 feet of water. I have this radar set at 2 miles. This radar is set at 6 miles. And our primary navigation screen on with only one AIS target, which is our buddy boat, which is currently sitting a half mile behind us. This is Crescent City, California over here. We are currently going down the coast 25 miles offshore. I do not have time zero in the nighttime mode. In fact, I've got it in the daytime mode because I can't see out the window anyway. Night vision doesn't do you any good. I can't see any other lights from other boats because it's actually foggy out. As many of you know, we have a FLIR thermal imaging camera. I'll switch to the FLIR camera and show you that in the fog, it is worthless. You see nothing. So this is one of the limitations of a FLIR for cruising and wanting to see at night, but nothing on a FLIR. So, and because of the fog, you can't see any other boat lights anyway. So night vision doesn't do you any good to look out the window. There's nothing to see. So we just hang back and watch the 2 radars and the computer and the navigation screen. Don't need to steer or anything. That's tied to the autopilot. So it's keeping us on course on its own. Just watch for other AIS targets. And while not all boats have AIS, the fact is most do and any big one does. So we're doing good. Otherwise, just hanging out, listening to a podcast and cruising along. We are 302 miles from San Francisco, from the Golden Gate Bridge. At the moment, a day and a half away. We're actually going 8.5 knots at the moment. So have a current in our favor, which is flipped back and forth. In our favor for a while, against us for a while, in our favor. No real change where we are offshore. So maybe someone else has got an idea about why that is, but I don't get it. An hour and a half we were going 6 knots. Right now we're doing 8.5 knots. So just relaxing and listening to the podcast, but that's the nighttime report.
Hi there. It is 5 a.m. Jim is just coming on to do his shift.
Still waking up.
We are outside of Crescent City. We have about 250, outside of Eureka. Okay. We have about 250 miles to go, and it's dark outside. As Jim described earlier, we're just using radar and of course our navigation because with the fog we can't really see anything else, and I'm not sure, it just makes it almost easier. We just kind of go along in the dark, hope we don't hit anything, and that's that. The seas have been pretty reasonable, so it's just a little almost smooth sailing. Yeah, third night coming to an end, and then we have one more hopefully before we reach our destination. So far so good.
Thanks for watching. 2 days down, 2 to go. Until next time, wishing you no wind and flat seas.